INS Sumedha arrived at Port Alexandria, Egypt to participate in Exercise Bright Star 23. This edition of the multinational Tri-Services military exercise will see participation from 34 countries. It is the largest ever joint military exercise in the Middle East and North Africa region. Tata Steel and the UK government have signed joint agreement on a proposal to invest in electric arc furnace steelmaking at the Port Talbot site costing £1.25 billion, with the government granting up to £500 million, the company said in a stock exchange filing. The company said that it would reduce direct emissions by 50 million tons over a decade. Tata Steel said that the proposed project would involve its balance sheet being restructured, with potential elimination of the current cash losses in the UK operations and non-cash impairment of legacy investments. The Free Trade Agreement, FTA, negotiations between India and Canada have been put on hold and will resume only after issues are solved, according to sources. Over half a dozen rounds of talks have been held between the countries on the trade pact so far. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres applauds India's G20 presidency for prioritizing the voice of Global South and championing development at the heart of discussions.
Of India. At the G20 summit, the New Delhi's leaders' declaration was adopted by consensus under the Indian presidency amid geopolitical divides. What is your comment on the fact that this declaration was adopted by consensus, and what message does it give to the world? Thank you.
Well, the simple fact of having a consensus means that there was a compromise, and compromise is something that is essential in present days. On the other hand, I would like to say, and I believe I should pay tribute to the Indian presidency, the Indian presidency did its best in order to have the South's voice represented, and did its best to put the development agenda in the center of the discussions of the G20. Then, of course, the conclusions are what they are. They depend on what countries are ready to accept, but I think that effort needs to be underlined.
Thank you. Beto?
Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Secretary General. Just a quick follow-up on Ukraine and the Black Sea grain deal. You said that you'll be meeting with the Ukrainian president, Turkish president, and Russian foreign minister. Will you have separate meetings, or will you try to bring all of them together? Thanks.
They will be separate meetings.
Abdelhamid.
South Korean conglomerates Hyundai Motor and Samsung Electronics are developing their Indian operations to boost sales in the Middle East and Africa, seeking to harness the deepening economic cooperation between New Delhi and Seoul. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi met at the Group of 20 summit in New Delhi over the weekend, agreeing to increase the supply of defense equipment as well as to expand technical cooperation on electric vehicles and semiconductors. The two countries also agreed to work on building stable, mutually beneficial supply chains by concentrating advanced industries in India. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, keep exploring, keep connecting, and keep spreading love across borders. Take care.